Ja, Berek.
I see.
Yes,
Hello? Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, the dignitarians, what do I say again? A sponsor, SAB, the best sponsor in the world, or in South Africa, all protocol observed. All protocol observed. My president's there, my CEO. I need to introduce them first because these are my bosses. And of course, the new coach. Welcome to the hot seat. It's not hot. It's cold, but it's hot. Let me take you back. I had my president there, the late Sticks Morewa. Yes, in those days there were no cell phones. There were messengers. Yes.
Okay.
So he sent somebody for me to meet him at the SAFA offices. Not the new offices, no.
Not the fancy ones?
No, not the fancy ones, the old ones at the stadium. And I was told that I need to be a national coach. I was surprised because I didn't know anything regarding national coaches because I never coached a national team because of the oppression, of course. But because of my success then with Sundowns as a coach, maybe that's why I was handpicked, if you like.
So there was no presentation?
No, there was no...
And all the other stuff?
There was no presentation, how you write, no. Those days you didn't do this fancy stuff of writing and telling how you were going to develop.
Yeah.
No. Handpicked.
So I take it from there you also handpicked the players?
Yes. And Rustic said to me, this is a big job, Stan. I said, what do you mean, Rustic? Because I was a coach. He says, but now you're going to be a national coach. So a national coach, I didn't know what does it mean, national coach. So he said, no, all I have to do is I need to invite all the good players of the country. So I didn't know then that I shouldn't invite maybe 5 or 6 players in one team. I thought I had to be in each and every team. So that I should be neighbor. Yeah, I must pick a white player. I must pick an Indian player. And of course, colors. And us, of course. X. So that's how I did.
Do you remember the first player, maybe that came to mind, or the first two when you were told handpick those players? Is there maybe one or two that you said definitely these two I want in my team?
Yeah, but Stick said to me, Stan, let's start first with 11 players.
Yeah.
11. But first you must write a goalkeeper, and then the defenders, and then the inners, the midfielders you call today,
yeah.
But they were calling inners. Yeah, the inner. And of course, the strikers. Hey, it was tough.
So started like a goalkeeper?
Yeah, I started with 2 goalkeepers because I had the goalkeeper that I was coaching then, Makandase. Yes, yeah. So I thought he's a good keeper. And of course there was another goalkeeper who was thin. Andrea Renzi was thin then.
But you chose him now?
Yeah, but I chose him because I was told I must choose him.
Let me bring in so fast forward to handpick your players, and Neil Tovey, you are then told that you will be captaining this team. How did that process go?
Yeah, obviously I didn't get a call from the cell phone. We found out via newspapers, via the media, and you're obviously very, very privileged because, as players at that stage in our lives, we, as South African players and playing for Kaizer Chiefs with Doc and that, we could only aspire in those days to play for the best possible team in your country, and maybe because we weren't part of the international fold. So that was our pinnacle in our lives, was to play for the best team in the country. So now there was something new, something that was opening the doors for everybody involved. And at that stage, you cannot ask us to say where we would be going, because if you saw those cans, I was already 30 years old. And I think, not many people would have realized, play a good couple more years, but aspirations were now suddenly changed. Now the world opened to all of us, and we're going to get this opportunity to play against the best in the world, and as you know, by the Cameroon tour. And funny enough, I was cleaning the garage this weekend, and to clean out, obviously, now and again, just to clean it out, and came across this parent. Can you believe that? Sometimes when you get given things, and only in 20 years' time do you realize what sentimental value they do have. So very, very privileged to be part of it.
So the game starts, it's picked, Doctor, you were also called up, but I just want to fast forward and go to that moment, your penalty. Because you scored the only goal, it was a penalty. Did you decide to take it? Was it something that was planned with the coach?
Decided to take it. He grabbed the ball first. He didn't come ask nobody. He took the ball. No one could get that ball away from him.
Just tell us about that moment. Were you that confident, or you?
No, he's lying.
Captain never lies, I promise.
What happened is that I looked towards the bench, for the signal from the coach, but he was nowhere.
The coach was nowhere to be found.
I don't know where was the stand.
You must check the visuals of that game. The coach was nowhere to be found.
He was not there, but then I think it was Zane or Phil that Neil wanted them to take the penalty, but obviously they shy away. Then I decided to clap the ball, then I put it there. Then I checked the bench, but again the coach was still there. So there are those billboards, the old type. I don't know whether he went underneath or he was in the dressing room, I don't know, but he will explain now. But then obviously the rest is history. Then I scored. But he only resurfaced, he was celebrating, because he ran from the tunnel all the way across the field to come and celebrate with us. And we said, this is not the school sports, this is an international game, you can't just... But he said, but then, let me explain. Firstly, I must say thanks to Preston. I must take this opportunity because I was not part of the first Bafana Bafana team. Myself, Caesar, and David and Tebogo, and he gave us the opportunity. And I must say, Preston, thank you very much because
you were handpicked.
No, I was not handpicked. Yeah, so as we were preparing, it was on a Wednesday at Excellent Park. No, Sunny Hill. Yes. So he was on Wednesday. He was concentrating more what we call set pieces. So that's that ball situation. So he was saying, "Hey gents, and the magic is right. Unfortunately for those...
We don't have subtitles, sorry.
So he was telling Neil and them, the guys who were defending them, that they need to be strong. So we played the first one, then they managed to stop it, the second one. But as they were third one, Ace Cruiser played. So I made as if I was gonna hit the ball, but I controlled it. They all went towards Magandasin. Then he changed that, chance, I sit in Gondongo de Shaganpile. So, you know, you could understand what Preston then was kind of like happy, and he understood the kind of players that he had. And by then, I didn't even know that I was going to be part of the starting lineup, because I mean, there were greater players then. But what I like is that he made everyone believe in himself and had confidence. He just told us that this guy that just came back from the 1990 World Cup, and there's Roger. But one thing for sure, if you don't know what to do with the ball, there's Zane and Doctor. And yes, and the ladder I'm talking is, mine is a little team. Queen your ball. So, as we were driving to the hotel, you were saying the bus, hey Williams, you know how to play Shushan and piano? And I'm like, there we go again, this is Shushan and piano. We don't want Scorpion Tono, this is not Hellenic, Sunny. So then, those were the great moments. And then, we went to play in Cape Town. Obviously, I had a lot of interviews, but I didn't understand what was the significance of the goal. And said, I think it was 65th minute, he decided to substitute me.
And me. I'm also so great.
So,
you're right.
yeah, I went to him. I said, Preston, that's anything you've put out. Whatever. But you know, point, I see me the bullet.
So you blame the media for
no, that's like too many interviews.
So, he's playing my 30-year-old legs. Come rest. We're winning 1-0.
Yeah, we're still leading, but then these guys equalize. So then the Cape Town supporters, they were shouting, Crowley, Williams. He went on, and I was sitting next to him and Trot. Say, Trot, so, you know, he's the first guy, then the rest of the guys. So I just did that once, and then twice. It means, hey, favorites, warm up.
But Skriba, just to bring you in here. I mean, here's the first match, we win it. Was that a relief to get that win, and going into the other matches? You know, did it become easy then to choose players, to look who are possibly your best players that can go on and win matches for you?
Yeah, these guys are reminding me of something else. But I mean, in Cape Town, I mean, we had so many players. We had to give other players a chance to play. Okay, against Cameroon, I was also, you know, I was tasked to make a team that will win against Cameroon, and Cameroon was the best team there because they were the best team in Africa.
Yeah, they had just come in from Italy.
Yes, and I look at Doctor, I look at Neil Tovey, and Sticks told me, look, you have to have a captain. A captain, Sticks said, yeah, you must have a captain here. So I was looking at the talkative one. So the talkative was this man. Because he was forever saying, gents, we must go out there and compete. We must go out there and compete. We can compete with these guys. I say, yeah. He's a leader. Because the other guys, I was looking at the other guys, they were like scared, you know? Yeah, they were the Matsuida, they were sitting like this. I said, hey, Jan, can't you hear from Neil Tovey? Neil Tovey said, go out there and compete. Can you compete? Jan? They said, yeah, we can compete. I said, that's what I want. Let's go out there and enjoy ourselves. And I must say, when Doctor scored the penalty, I wasn't there when.
Just tell us what happened there. I mean,
I don't look at penalties.
oh, it's your thing. You don't
because
look at
I thought
the
if he misses, it was no. The stadium was packed. Yeah, the stadium was packed. There were all lot of guys. I saw the Indian guys had South African shirts. They had South Africa. I said, where did they get these T-shirts? South Africa. And when Doctor scored that goal, I was under the SAB board.
Oh, so you had strategic position in there. You have to be
I was SAB's board. So I was peeping, I was looking if he's going to score or miss. But I was praying also to say, please God, help us score this goal. Because, you know, from nowhere to be a national coach and from nowhere to win the game against Cameroon. And when Doctor scored, I was out of I don't know how did I go in there. But it was a great moment. I mean, even today, when I watch the clip, I still cannot believe that I was a national coach. I still don't believe I was the first national coach. Hey, how nice it is. President Mandela is the first.
We had a lot of the first national coach, the first national captain, and the first goal scorer. But
The first national
captain, yes.
the first one.
Neil, moving on from that game, obviously the 1996 AFCON, a great moment. Share with us some of the stories from there. I mean, you guys moved on. We lost only one match throughout that series. Where we qualified through. Things went quite well up to when you lifted that trophy. Just give us some, take us through some memories.
Yeah, let's go back a couple of years. On a trip to Nigeria, the first trip we had to Nigeria. I'll never forget, we, after this Cameroon trip, we still thought, we've arrived. We did not know anything about, we were at home still, sure, but traveling away, we all know how difficult it is in Africa, but we didn't know what to expect. And I'll never forget, we arrived in Nigeria. We had been beaten by Zimbabwe, then we went to Nigeria. And we were in the Sheraton Hotel. We got moved to the Sheraton. And as it happened, Nigeria were also staying in the same hotel. And I'll never forget, we were going in the lift, and I think it was Daniel Maddow, Zay Musa, and I'm on the lift with Stephen Keshi and him. And, and he was like a monster like this. So he turns around to me, Stephen Keshi, he says, geez, you guys are quite good, eh? You bring your mascots along. I said, yeah, mascots. All of a sudden, we'll play them the next day, And so going from there, it's funny, life turns a complete circle, and you've to cherish the great moments as you're talking about '96. You also got to remember what the road and the journey, And as you're talking, we have within any form of life, to really cherish those moments, you have to also look back at the moments that weren't so good. And 96 was the same, we went into the competition and we didn't have a clue. I mean, if you had asked any of the players there, yes, we were confident within ourselves because we had gone through a program in 1995, which was quite unique, where we played African opposition in the Nelson Mandela Challenge, and we won that tournament. We played against Argentina, and drew against Argentina. Docky scored that goal as well, I think it was. And then played against Germany. So we had played African opposition, South American opposition, and then also European opposition, and hadn't got beat. So we had gone into the competition with some form of confidence, but still not knowing what to expect in the tournament. And then playing once again Cameroon.
The first game was against
Cameroon, and then we were hugely successful, as we know.
15 minutes in,
15 minutes, we scored the goal, and then we just grew as a team throughout the tournament. But we didn't need to make the mistake that looked too far ahead. It was still a case of taking one game at a time. But winning 3-0 in the opening match made a statement to everybody that was concerned in the tournament that we were going to be a force. And fortunately also, the games just carried on, rolled on. and very, very important to win the group. It was vital for us, because then we would remain in Johannesburg, in our own environment, in our own hotel, didn't have to shift around the country. Stay in altitude was also important for us. And then it just kept rolling on. And we had our difficult moments against Nigeria when they equalized in wet conditions, but it just rolled on, and then just got from moment to moment. And obviously we can talk about the president giving me a call before every single match, inspiring the team. And then just before the night before the match, him coming to visit, the president coming to visit us in the hotel, and with our families, and saying, look, you know, you've done us proud already, just go out and play your normal game. And so really, really great of it, you know. And looking back, to be the first captain and to win it, you know, you can't dream of that happening to you. And so very, very privileged to be a part of that makeup.
All right, I know that we can go on the whole day with this, so I'm just going to take just one quick comments, and then we will be going on to the Q&A session, but not with the three guys. We will go back to the press conference just in case you forgot we were here for a press announcement. But Doctor, just briefly, if you can, maybe share with us your greatest moment wearing the Bafana jersey. Not funny one, great moment.
On the field or off?
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, but I think after the game against Algeria, we were fueled by Tshabalala for us to get energy to beat Ghana. Because after the Algeria game, we went to Stanley, and Castle had one of the best parties ever. We only left there. We only left there, I think, around 4 a.m. So Clive gave us a day off. That was Sunday.
It was after Cameroon.
No.
But the Cameroon, we did it as well.
No, but after the Cameroon game, one of the players, but I won't mention him, he was also hosting in his room. So we had visitors. So the driver...
Of any particular
No.
Any particular gender, just visitors. Okay, so continue.
The coach is here.
Okay. It's in the past.
Yeah, but we had visitors.
Okay.
So we stole 6 packs in one of the rooms. So we paid the drivers who brought the visitors to the hotel with the 6 packs. It's a castle.
That castle.
Yeah. So we gave them 6. It was like 4 passes. So 6 packs a castle. So castle, thank you. But then after the game against Algeria, we had a party. We left 4 a.m. Then we started to regroup. We trained again.